On this episode of Lapeef, Let's Talk.
Problem. No.
One at a time. Somebody got to be quiet.
That's why they're not legally able to do things, because they're children.
The problem, Kay, with Ashley's argument is if you're holding women accountable, how do we somehow get back to men if it's a woman that you're because we were talking about Brittany Renner and women being predators when it had to.
I always say let's focus on the criminals.
Why just
right? That's what I'm saying, Kay.
Let's focus on the criminals, the predators. If it's a grown woman, focus on her. If it's a grown man, focus on him.
Hold on. Go ahead, Ashley.
If you ask me about Brittany Renner, I will talk about Brittany Renner and women like her. The question was, why is art as a whole, meaning like society's responses, different? I answered the question. You didn't like that I added men into it.
And then on the flip side, you'll have people like Ashley talking about I'm the person that I'm not supposed to marry, and I think that I'm awesome. Shout out to Ashley. I'm not gonna forget that. I'm not gonna forget you said that. I'm gonna hold you accountable for that.
I said, I see why they divorced you.
All right, we're gonna move on, man. Definitely appreciate y'all rocking with us. Welcome to Lapeef.
I'm sorry. I did want to say something really fast. I'll make it real fast. You asked like, why is the reaction not the same? I think and maybe you all kind of hinted at it, but we don't take sexuality of young boys the same, obviously, but not seriously enough. And I think that it all stems down to that. I guess you guys kind of already said that, but I did just want to reiterate that, like, we just see it differently. Like, we laugh at it. And I think the difference, like, people are trying to make it seem like, it's different because she's really praying for their money, right? What she thinks she's going to get their money. And then, usually men are with younger girls, for sex, right? But she's still preying on them and she's having sex with them. So I think, not only is she foul, we can talk about how foul she is another day, but it's like why the response is different is because, like Kay was saying, we just don't treat it the same, and we should. Sexuality does affect young boys in ways that we just act like don't exist, and I just think that's really sad. Now, I do think men play into this now. I know people ain't gonna like that part, but I do think men play into it because they, it's like, man, I got with an older woman, they do that. So they do play into it, but I do want to say, like, just because a general group of men might see it that way doesn't mean that it's okay to violate any one boy, like same thing with, like, when we talk about women, like, just because a whole group of women might like this type of attention and the cat calls and they want you to grab your butt doesn't mean any one girl should be subject to that. I think the same thing. Maybe there are some men who like, older women, but that doesn't mean any one young boy should be subject to that. And my whole thought,
because I'm listening to you and you started out great. You were talking about, this is bad behavior from women. And somehow we brought it back to, well, men contribute to this too.
It's not just about women, it's about society.
Well, I get it. In society.
Really? What did I tell you? What did I tell you last
Wait, hold on. So my question is,
our fault, no matter what.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Well, the thing of it is, like, so, okay, I'll give you an example. When she was making her case, right? Kay kept it on women the whole time. She kept it strictly on the culprit, and she kept it on, like, even Anton just gave her flowers, like, yo, Kay's holding women accountable. She didn't take it and directed it towards men. And I know one of the first things when I first got on this platform, I was kind of like that, like how you kind of do sometimes, at like I'm gonna hold both accountable. But when we're speaking about one specific party, my question to you is, why is it so hard for us to just in this moment right now just talk about what women are doing in this situation?
See, I think
I'm just asking.
I'm going to answer your question. I am not focused on, I'm not trying to compete. Okay. I'm just going to look at the situation if you ask me, why do I think this doesn't happen? I'm going to say why I think it doesn't happen. And if men and women play a part of that, it doesn't matter, well, oh, let's just focus on the women. For the sake of your egos or your frustrations, I'm going to say what it is. Like, I'm not.
You have to look at who's
wait, Ash, wait. So okay. So did you have the same amount of balance and holding women accountable that may have contributed to the R. Kelly situation?
I absolutely did.
Really?
I absolutely did. Oh. And don't assume that I don't.
I'm not talking about Sparkle and the immediate players.
No,
I'm not talking about the family. I'm talking about society. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about society at large, right? Because you said this is about. So you said
no. Forget that, Rilla. Forget that, Rilla. Do you have the same type of accountability that you had for the girls that R. Kelly was actually with? Did you have accountability for them?
The girls, for one thing, they're little girls, okay? And I think that
not all of them.
Now, listen, I know for little girls, and little, like they made those decisions. I'm around kids all the time, and a lot of these girls are purposefully going out there. I hate to say they know what they're doing because their brains aren't fully developed, but they are like they're making bad choices. But these are little girls that we're talking about.
I'm not saying that the girls should be held accountable, but I'm pointing holes in your argument. The point is that when you have to be consistent on both sides.
I'm not talking about boys playing into it. I'm talking about grown men who play into this. And you do. And that's the truth. And I think what I see with a lot of men, y'all talk about accountability, and I see it all the time. It's okay when we're talking about women, but then when we talk about men, there's a problem. To me, it's not a competition. Like,
do you consider yourself a feminist?
No, absolutely not.
At the end of the day, like, I don't even understand this thing that people.
That's always the argument.
I don't understand this thing that people want to start doing. It's never a child's fault, responsibility, whatever, as it relates to grown people. I don't care if you're 14 and you're throwing yourself at a grown person. The grown person is the one who needs to say, you know what? No.
You are absolutely right.
Never blame a child. You should never even say, well, they were just, they knew what no, they didn't. They're a kid.
But the point that the problem. No.
One at a time. Somebody got to be quiet.
That's why they're not legally able to do things, because they're children.
The problem, Kay, with Ashley's argument is if you're holding women accountable, how do we somehow get back to men if it's a woman that because we were talking about Brittany Renner and women being predators when it had to.
I always say let's focus on the criminals.
Why does society?
Right, that's what I'm saying, Kay.
Let's focus on the criminals, the predators. If it's a grown woman, focus on her. If it's a grown man, focus on him.
Hold on. Go ahead, Ashley.
If you ask me about Brittany Renner, I will talk about Brittany Renner and women like her. The question was, why is art as a whole, meaning like society's responses, different? I answered the question. You didn't like that I added men into it.